Hey guys, welcome to our instructional tutorial on how to create a Gantt chart in Microsoft Excel. Now, Gantt charts aren't by default one of the default chart types that are available. So there's a couple of steps and processes involved in achieving a Gantt chart, but this video will show you how. So sit back, relax, and hopefully you enjoy the video. So the first step to actually generate your Gantt chart is to simply locate a position on the spreadsheet and insert basically a blank empty stacked bar chart. I'll just move this around a little bit and scale it. Now once we've got that, the next step is to basically look to select your data. First step's real simple. On the Chart Tools Design tab, we'll start off by clicking the Select Data button, and for the chart data range, basically look to highlight, in this case, both our task names, start dates, and add that to the chart. Now, once you've added that initial chart data range, under Legend Entries for Series, simply clicking Add will now look to select a new series known as Duration. In the Series Values box, what we'll then look to do is select the values for the duration column. And you'll notice, of course, how this adds those two stacked series together on the chart. Basically, from this point onwards, once you've got the data on the chart, it's going to mainly be a case of formatting some tips and tricks and tweaks here to basically have that present correctly or in a specific format. Clicking OK to this and then OK, we're now ready to start formatting the chart. So the first thing we'll look to do now is we'll look to display our horizontal axis in a very specific way. So starting off, noting that the first date displayed here is sort of auto-generated from Excel. So what we're going to first of all start by doing is setting this to be perhaps either the same date as the initial start date or perhaps a day before. So what we'll look to do is we'll go to the initial start date for the very first task and just navigating to Format Cells, and if you were to apply the format called General, you'll notice that the actual underlying value for that date is 42919. Just remember that number, 42919. So what we'll now look to do is basically, with this horizontal axis over here, we'll look to right click and we'll look to format that axis. And you notice that number 42910, that is the serial number for that date, 3rd of the 7th. So implementing the number we applied before, 4291. In this case, let's go one value less, 918. You'll notice what that does is it displays the 2nd of the 7th rather than the 3rd. Now, for the units, this is entirely up to you as to what increment you show them in, but because this is a very small range of values, we're going to set the major value to be an increment of 1. So we're going to see daily increments. Now, what we'll look to do to make this look a little bit better is, first of all, under number, we're going to look to change the formatting code here. So we'll simply display this as 2 digits for the day, 3 digits for the month, and we will then look to click Add, which then formats those values in a shorter date format. Something else we could do, perhaps I want to take these values and just rotate them so they stand on their side. So what we'll look to do is up over here on Size and Properties, we click to that, and the text direction option will simply change it from horizontal to rotate text at 90 degrees. Now we'll click onto what is known as a plot area, and just reducing the size of the plot area ever so slightly, we'll be able to accommodate the values that are then displayed. So what we'll now look to do is we're going to look to sort of take these tasks, which are showing in sequence of 1 through 10, and we're going to turn those around and show them in reverse order. Very simple. So literally, basically, for this vertical category axis, clicking on that, the Format Axis tab just already happens to be open. You'll notice that over here we've got Axis Options, and this was basically found under Axis Options. We have the option of showing these categories in reverse order. So when we do, you'll notice how it flips them around, and the first task shows at the top of the chart. But what this also does is it positions the axis at the top of the chart too. So to change this, if we go over to Chart Tools Design and under Add Chart Element, under Axes, we basically choose Primary Vertical once again. That'll just place that down below. Now the next thing we'll look to do is we're going to hide this blue series, which is basically the start date values. Simply clicking on any one of those blue values, we go to Chart Tools Format, and we'll set the shape fill to have no fill. We'll do the same with shape outline, set that to have no outline. The last thing we'll look to do here regarding the actual series themselves is to right-click each series, one of these series, the remaining duration series, I beg your pardon, and we'll look to go to Format Data Series. Now when we go to Format Data Series, there will be the option over here to adjust the gap width and series overlap. Now simply by reducing the gap width, now we can do this in small increments, but we're going to reduce that significantly. You'll notice how that would bring those series closer, or that series closer together. It's entirely up to you as to how close you bring them. In the final portion of this video, we'll simply show you how to add labels to your chart, and then you'll have a completed Gantt chart done in Microsoft Excel. So as mentioned, the final part of this creating of the Gantt chart is to add some data labels to the last remaining visible series. So very simple, just start off by selecting that series by clicking on that series on the chart, and then what we'll navigate to is Chart Tools Design, Add Chart Element, and you'll notice the option of data labels. Now we're going to go straight into more data label options, which should bring that up on the right hand side. Now all we're going to look to do over here is when we can navigate to label options, we can choose whether or not we want to show the value, which is the duration in this case. We could enable the category name, which lists the task name. In this case, we'll take off the value for the duration, and we have category name applied, which lists the task name, but to be a little bit different, something that's pretty cool in Excel 2013 and onwards, you have the option of value from cells. So if we tick the box of value from cells, in the select data label range option, we'll simply select the name of who these tasks are assigned to, and then we'll click OK. We have then the option of adjusting the separator, in this case by choosing new line. It puts each of these on a separate new line, and you can also choose the position being center, inside end, inside base. It's entirely up to you. So what we might do, just final step here, is to select the series again, and on the Chart Tools Format tab, Shape Fill, we can select whichever fill we want to apply to that remaining visible series. So that's it, guys. Remember that Gantt chart should really be done in Microsoft Project, but if you want a very simple, quick Gantt chart, or relatively simple, quick Gantt chart done in Excel, it is possible. And yeah, hope you had fun, enjoyed the video, and look forward to hearing from you guys in the near future. Thanks again. Cheers.